All right, big up, people. What's up, everyone? This is Adam Dow 2025. Yep, I'm already showing up, and you know what? So, you know the drill. Smash up the like, subscribe. I'm here reviewing this Champions League match, which I haven't done this before on my channel. So, you know what? I just want to get it out, my thoughts. Especially the time that I have. That's why I couldn't make these videos, and I'm hopeful for anything good. So today I know it's been 8 hours since the game ended, bro. Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. Honestly, this was by far the biggest game of the week, of the month. One of the biggest games of the year. For the first time in 7 years, Chelsea and Barcelona, the rivalry is back. And you know the history. It's just so long, bro. Yep. Especially in the early 2000s, in the clash in the Champions League semifinals and all that drama. Even the women's, they started to build a rivalry even to the women's and now the youth teams. But Chelsea, their men's, the senior team, they've actually delivered a masterclass. 3-0 win against Barcelona. What are my thoughts? So yeah, I did a live reaction with it. Not live. I couldn't do the watch along because there were so many people, and then so I wanted to do this, I guess. So yeah, and then plus of I didn't have another device, so I just couldn't do it. So I was thinking about doing the post game. So today, yeah, really big day. Yes, I even have a Chelsea kid. This is from 22-23, and I know at that time Chelsea that was the last time they played Champions League football is with this kid, and ever since, bro, ever since they cleaned up from there, they actually look so amazing. I know I need to get that new Chelsea home kit, the 25-26 Club World Cup badge, and Esteban behind it because he absolutely shut up the doubters. And my thoughts about the game, there's many conclusions. So yeah, for the first time since the Lionel Messi era, it's been 7 years. And since 20 and the last time Chelsea and Barcelona played, Barcelona won 3-0 at the new camp, the old one, before they took it down as Barcelona returns. They won 3-0, 4-1 in aggregate. I think it was the round of 16. The UCL, that was the last time they've clashed. A lot has changed since then. New squad. We have new faces. I mean, you probably will see yes, you'll have experienced players, but especially Robert Lewandowski. But even though he was at Bayern, so a lot has changed since then. So yeah, since that last meeting. So yeah, this is their head-to-head going to it. So their last 5 meetings, Chelsea had the better record. Okay, this was a friendly in 2019. Technically, they played, but this was the last game. But today, bro, a rivalry renewed after 7 years. A lot of people have been waiting for this. Even me. It's been 7 years, and at that time, I was in middle school, and I didn't. I kind of heard about this, but I wasn't fully paying attention because I was more focused, on middle school, and I just couldn't find these games, or I didn't understand the TV rights back then. So Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. So yeah, this was a renewed rivalry. So yeah, especially all the stories, the drug binds. Then back 2009, where they clear penalties and all that. It's a freaking disgrace where Barcelona kind of cheated, were kind of favorable, and Chelsea to them, even till this day, their fans thought they cheated. So yeah, so yeah, so yeah, and and yes, it's just a master game. It's a huge one, the two European giants finally going against each other after 7 years, bro. And I was just so hyped up. Honestly, this game, in my opinion, might just be bigger than El Clasico, maybe. Or I don't know, maybe around there. This could be Barcelona's second biggest rival outside Real Madrid. And even though Lionel Messi even said it himself that there are some Barcelona players in his team, his teammates, his friends, that hate Chelsea more than Real Madrid. That fills up the rivalry, and everyone knows it. So Chelsea and Barcelona, it's blue versus blue and red, and Chelsea, but yeah, especially all building up. Chelsea won the Club World Cup. They defeated the current champions of Europe, who are the current Champions League holders. Chelsea won the Conference League against Betis, and then they beat PSG 3-0 at the same scoreline. And they beat Barcelona at the same scoreline. And Chelsea, Barcelona, this match was about to be fixed, but I didn't expect to be a little bit obliterated. I did expect Chelsea to actually win or at least draw. I didn't expect them to lose unless they picked up a red card themselves, but it didn't. But Chelsea, bro, they deserve to win. Barcelona, they were coming that 4-0 win against Athletic Club and Athletic Bilbao. But honestly, in my opinion, we might have to get a serious discussion, not about Barcelona's, not just Barcelona's flicks highline he does, which is getting exposed, but it's like the league where they play La Liga might actually be in big trouble because everyone is doing bad in the competition they play, and then when they play real serious teams like in the Champions League, they're getting exposed. And Barcelona, they just don't want to. They just don't compete in the Champions League. I mean, they don't win the Champions League anymore. I mean, of course they still compete for it, but every single year they find a way to fumble. And they fumbled against Inter 6 months ago. And yeah, they lost 3-0. Chelsea, they were absolutely more than ready. Chelsea rested their players because they played Burnley away from home. They rested everyone, basically. And they still got the job done against Burnley. Esteval, Caicedo, they were all getting rested. And then they were sent back home to London, while Barcelona, they were just planning to debut the new camp, which it is done after 2.5 years. And then boom, after Barcelona's form, after losing the El Clasico to Real Madrid, after being only just 1 point behind, they get destroyed by Chelsea. And yes, Koundé, an own goal happened. Pedro Neto forced the own goal, and they couldn't even deflect it out. And boom, an own goal happened. And then, yeah, the game starts to get physical. Chelsea, they just have so much ballers. They're just they're just playing in a better league. They have better technical ballers. They just have much faster pace guys and much faster much faster much faster, like I mentioned. But you know what I'm saying, where everyone moves hella fast. Barcelona's coming in La Liga where ballers are a lot slower and slow pace versus fast and pace and physical and but yeah, that Chelsea midfield. And listen, they didn't even have Cole Palmer. He was still injured as he's going to come back with that Arsenal game. So look at this. Look at this. The Chelsea. Look at this. And the midfield Chelsea were absolutely ripping that Barcelona midfield to skins apart. They couldn't handle it. And I have no idea why FotMob is giving Lamine Yamal a 7.6 rating. Who is paying FotMob a 7.6? When Lamine Yamal was literally pocketed by Cucurella. Yes, it was absolutely fantastic. I have no idea why they gave him 23. Lamine Yamal absolutely got locked up. And guess who showed him levels today? Why am I wearing this jersey? Esteval. Minerals. He freaking landed. He scored that absolute banger, that great pass from not even I forgot to and if I it was basically that link up with Reece James, even in that right, midfield there even though he's a right back, but it looks like Maresca for some reason wants to use him at that position. He puts the ball in, and boom, goal. What an absolute assist. Great play. Reece James was absolutely fantastic. He is Chelsea's most experienced player. He's been at the club like for 8 years. Yep, definitely. Especially what Nike as well could agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. And but yeah, and this is what you need to do, especially that they start their best players. Chalobah's amazing. And by the way, yeah, everyone was pretty much great, I would say. And yes, it could have been even slightly better. This could have been 4-0. Honestly, Chelsea should have won this game 4-0. They took off Enzo Fernandez's goal. Was it the third minute one? They scored like early in the first few minutes. I think around the 13th minute, but it was ruled out offside. And then again, like 10 minutes later, before the own goal, another goal was ruled off. But the Enzo Fernandez goal, I don't think that was offside or handball. I think Chalava didn't even, or who was it, Enzo? He didn't even have a touch, or it wasn't bouncing. It was actually right to his chest, apparently. And I know it's hard to see, but they didn't even go VAR about it. They didn't check VAR. I thought that was a goal. This should have stand. This should have been 4-0. And like even Kunde, bro, he's getting violated by freaking Granacho. Not even since, bro. Oh my goodness. Stinker and hooked. Julia Kunde. He's conceded the own goal. And then Chelsea would absolutely dominate the whole Barcelona. But yeah, Chelsea, we all know Barcelona's a high line with their offside trap. But the offside trap is just ridiculous, bro. Chelsea deserves to win this game. Big up to all these guys. Even Robert Sanchez did nothing much to do. Barcelona, they only had 2 shots on target. And that's it. They had those early shots around Barcelona. Let me see. I'm talking about 1 on target. And then the missed chances, they also missed hitting Christensen out wide. Varane, he missed the sitter apparently. He was 1v1 versus Sanchez and went over the bar. After Barcelona fans were trying to hype him up. Robert Lewandowski had a shot, but I think it was blocked. And then Rafinha had a shot on target at the 81st minute, but Robert Sanchez saves it. Or I think he might have skied it, I think. Or was it? There was 2 shots on target in the first half, and they did absolutely nothing. They couldn't even get to their own half. Yeah, Yamal had 1 chance, but it was going straight to Sanchez safely. But they didn't even create, like, Mom said there was 1 big chance. Yeah, and they missed it. And that was the Ferran Torres. But it was just not big. And then Chelsea, they absolutely dominate the ball. They're well-organized possession team. And, yeah, Chelsea, they absolutely deserve to win this team. And yes, they had the better shots on target. And Barcelona were really lucky that this wasn't more. Because they were absolutely cooking, bro. They've absolutely outmuscled Barcelona. There's levels to this game. And Chelsea, they might just be back after, like, that horrible season they had, 22-23. And, yeah, that season, Barcelona fans will say, oh, we won, yeah, they were. They won La Liga, Spanish Super Cup. And Chelsea won nothing. This was before Chelsea resurged. But here's the thing with Chelsea. They are the world champions. And no offense to Barcelona fans. I mean, yeah, the banter. But Barcelona fans that were actually being cocky, which big up to all my Barcelona fans and friends that are watching this. Big up to all of you. And even if I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about generally the fan base that's being toxic. They were basically underestimating Chelsea, saying, "Oh, Chelsea, this is the Farmers League. Oh, Chelsea, what world champions? Oh, we're gonna show him. Oh, Lamine Yamal's gonna show Esteban levels today." What happened? Where was Yamal? I couldn't see him. I couldn't even notice him as much. Almost forgot this is just a Chelsea regular game. So makes no sense. And I'm not saying that everyone's like this, but like there's some scrubs. Now, of course, Barcelona is a big club, of course, and of course, everyone wanted this matchup. But yeah, it was just one-sided, bro. Barcelona, they just couldn't maintain Chelsea's ball. Enzo Maresca's ball not only out tactically out coach Hansi Flick, but the ball was just better. And even though some people were questioning about Enzo Maresca because it came from the championship, just like Vincent Kompany at Bayern was also doing a great job, and Chelsea did lost to Bayern 3-1 fair and square. It's just let's look at this right now. And before we check on the table, but yeah, Barcelona, it's just a lot of work that you guys are going to have to do. But here's the thing. If Hansi Flick is not going to going to stop using the highlight, then I don't know. But yeah, everyone for Barcelona was either mid to absolutely crushed out, and they couldn't maintain it. Araujo, stinker, and Hook, second yellow. Absolutely, Eric Garcia back to reality. De Jong couldn't do it without Pedri. Balde was absolutely getting cooked around that side. Esteval absolutely, and Kuvarsi, he has to hold that. Even Eric Garcia couldn't even save those chances. If Chesney was there, yes, this could have been worse. This could have been 5-0. So biologically, this is actually pretty bad. And you were lucky this was not more. And here's the funny thing. Barcelona fans want to laugh at Real Madrid when they lost 3-0 to Arsenal. Well, what about you today? And then even though of course I was in the quarterfinals and this is in the league phase, but it's just saying, and where was Fermin Lopez, who rejected Chelsea? Where was Lewandowski? Just made one shot and that's it. Nowhere to see Jared Lewandowski. And here's the thing, when they face an actual team, they get pumped. And honestly, this is not even just a Barcelona thing. La Liga, in my opinion, might just go ahead and be washed. It might just be washed, honestly. And if I see maybe Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid failing to win their games, then yeah, we'll be doing a stream about it. I might do that tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, but Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, they got it right. Fair play, clapping for you guys. Everyone was either was good to amazing, but Esteval, he showed him, bro. And he has that bright spot at Chelsea. He created the most, and he's been creating chances. Is why you need to start him. And Esteval, he's already cooking the Premier League, and he's been doing good for in the Brazilian league when he was at Palmeiras. He's now thriving in the Premier League that early age. It's true. This is not a joke. This is not a dream. It's actually the wish has came true, and I'm hoping that he could actually see even further of higher levels. I can't wait, bro. What a baller Chelsea and even us Brazil has, bro. It's a bright light for both of us. Definitely. Oh my days, bro. Esteban might just probably surpass Neymar's legacy. And the Real Madrid boys, Vinny Rodrigo just couldn't happen. Neymar, apparently about Neymar. Excuse me one sec. Sorry, bless me. But yeah, Neymar, apparently he's injured for the rest of the year. He's done for Santos, and Santos will probably get relegated. And Neymar, he might just be washed, just like Esteban, where the Vinicius Jr. era just couldn't happen. The Neymar era might be done. He might just retire. Esteban's our last hope for gloriness. I'm just so excited, especially for the World Cup, bro. Oh my goodness, as we head to this form. Oh my days. But yeah, I'm just so excited, bro. Oh my days. I just wanted something manic. But yeah, I enjoyed this game, bro. I enjoyed this absolute game. And, and I thought Barcelona would have handled it. I thought Araujo was going to be physical, but even though it was super physical, and yeah, I got 2 yellow cards and he's gone. Played really freaking dirty. And look at this absolute scrub. Look at this. Araujo, ever since last week, he got cooked by the United States Pochettino. So I knew he was going to do something stupid. Barcelona's like most experienced captain for like a few. Barcelona is like, most one of experienced captain in this era or generation, you could say, or post Messi, era. So Sergio Busquets and Alba era. So you're saying it ends with that? Wow. I knew that he was going to be stupid. I was not surprised. He got cooked by the U.S. 5-1, and now he's embarrassing himself further at the world stage. This guy won't be good for Uruguay. Might even cost them even the group stage. Uruguay might just be washed up again, like last year, where Uruguay had that bad form moment. But it's just ridiculous, bro. And yeah, and like Barcelona fans, I don't understand that now. Wow, what was the point of extending the contract then? Total shots, zeros. But yeah, I just think that there's no one good. No one was good for Barcelona. I don't think so. Rafinha came on, my guy, did nothing. Well, he's still trying to, get his fitness from the injury he had. Marcus Rashford locked up easily, not that hard. Shot, but nothing there. Martin, Danny Olmo, no one is even doing anything. Liam Delap gets the goal. Andre Santos came on this around halftime, controlling the midfield. Gittins. So yeah, very late subs. Maresca absolutely did it right. And you know what? I will be if either Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid draw to Olympiacos or Inter or lose to one of them, I will be doing a stream about La Liga tomorrow, because La Liga, in my opinion, they were washed. It's washed. La Liga might just be washed, honestly, and I haven't even had time to watch the highlights. And the only reason why they won all their games. La Liga is trash. It might be trash. And look, you played the serious opposition. You lost 3-0 to Chelsea. And I know Barcelona, you managed to expose Inter Milan. Back, you managed to score 6 on their head top, even though you lose 7-6. They scored 7 against you in the span of 250 minutes. And you still can't even go for it, bro. Or 200 minutes, yeah. And you still couldn't even beat the worst Inter, and who would later lose 5-0 to PSG, and then Chelsea wins the Club World Cup against PSG. And Inter Milan, funny enough, they got eliminated by Fluminense and they lost the derby to AC Milan. So Inter Milan, things are not going well for them either as much. Barcelona. But yeah, this has been 7 years. I thought this game was going to be competitive, as the Barcelona fans were telling me. I thought, even as a neutral, I see a draw or I see a Chelsea 3-2 win. A thriller. But it was just one domination. So it looks like La Liga teams might just be washed then. No matter who's on the pitch, it's just washed. And then for Barcelona, this is heading to bad momentum because they got fixtures. They got Deportivo Alaves, so they'll just it will be a lot calmer. They'll probably be saddened, but the fans at the Camp Nou would try cheer them up after the loss. But they do have a huge game. They have Atletico Madrid. They have Real Betis away. And they host Frankfurt in the Champions League. Their next UCL, Sasuna. So Villarreal, which this game is still yet to be decided. I think this game is still yet to be decided. So yeah, for Barcelona, moving on till the end of the year, this is just this point. Yeah, don't forget Barcelona. They haven't won a big game just yet so far this year. Yeah, they've won every single El Clasico from and then especially they beat Inter. So Barcelona, they've lost to PSG, who was missing Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Marquinhos, Desiree Doué, and a couple of few other players. John Neves, I don't think was available as well. So Barcelona had almost everyone ready besides Joan Garcia and Rafinha. And they go ahead and get pumped by the worst Seville. They lose El Clasico just 2-1. They draw 3-3 with Club Brugge. They've conceded 6 goals in the last 2 games. Especially, but yeah, Chelsea, they were absolutely coming in on some better form. So for Barcelona, you'll be upset, but they do have an easier route before they do have to play Atletico Madrid at the new camp this Tuesday. Real Betis as well away. But yeah, for Barcelona, they won't be getting much rest either, in my opinion. So this is for Barcelona. They will be absolutely good, but they'll probably beat Alaves. But even though La Liga is trash, Atletico Madrid, well, it's Ferran, but Diego Simeone. So that's Barca's upcoming fixtures. So they might not just be good enough for La Liga, especially Chelsea are back. They might actually just everyone was pretty mid to crap. Garcia and cooked as always. Araujo, the worst because you get the red card that killed all the momentum. I mean, even if it was 11 versus 10, this probably ends 2-0 probably. Or I don't know if Barcelona do get 1 goal yet, because I think even Robert Sanchez, even though he's very inconsistent, but looks like he's been more consistent on the green side, he made those mistakes against he couldn't save the Sunderland goals, which that was the last time Chelsea lost. And Chelsea have not lost a game, and they come back against Karabag in response. And that led to this Barcelona-Chelsea game, which I was waiting for 3 weeks, and has finally arrived. 3-0, the big scoreline, Barcelona. So as for Chelsea, this brings momentum heading to the London Clasico or London Derby against Arsenal this coming Sunday. So, they got some fixtures coming up. They got Arsenal. It's at the Bridge. By the way, they haven't conceded since that Carabao game. They've locked up everyone. 3-0 win against Wolves as expected. 2-0 win against Burnley. 3-0 win against Barcelona. This is a huge test. The game against Arsenal is a huge test. We will see. We will see. But as they move on, Chelsea will play Arsenal, and then Leeds away, Bournemouth away, Atalanta in the Champions League. But Chelsea's schedule does slow down. Does get a little bit tougher, but then slows down. And then they're still yet to play Man City, which is not until early January. Newcastle away. But yeah, and I know the Premier League and La Liga is like different, which I will try to compete. But yeah, this is just huge momentum, especially for the title race. And Arsenal are yet to play this, are still yet to play Bayern Munich. As of recording, so I'm recording this at night, so I'm still like 13 hours away. So yeah, that might just be it. All right, one more thing before I end this. Barcelona fans, they're going to have to hold that, unfortunately. No offense to Barcelona fans that were underestimating Chelsea. Look at what happened. Your team got destroyed 3-0, pumped up like this. And yeah, I mean, like, you can't really underestimate opponents. And if you got to know the truth, you have to accept it, because I'm not going to lie, some Barcelona fans are being cocky and like getting not including my friends. They kind of know at this point, like, because what's the point of getting mad? But it's like, you guys, because it's like they're trying to do everything, whatever favors them, it's fine. But if it goes another way, it makes them angry. And it's just BS, ridiculous. Everything's on Real Madrid. This enemy, this, and even if it's nowhere near. And even though I know, I'm not saying Real Madrid's fan base is any better, but it's like Barcelona, you need to learn how to be humble. You just lost to PSG's B team with no Dembele, and Chelsea beat Dembele and do it. They had everyone. They had exactly everyone except for William Pacho, I think, who had that red card against Bayern, and Lucas Hernandez. For PSG, they were missing more players, and you lost to them at home at Madrid. So yeah, Yamal, he needs those egos, out of the way, and just focus on football. PS, not just because with Messi, at least he's more humbled focus, and if he's gonna wear that number 10. And it's going to disrespect that, then yeah, that's going to ruin the legacy. As for Esteval, good start. Good start, bro. I'm just ready. I'm just ready to see the future. And yeah, and funny enough, and I have to say this to Barcelona fans, no offense, when your team loses, you disappear. You don't want to talk about it. But when your team wins, and then let's forget about the thing. Nah. The rest of the world, they probably should. If they have to go against you, so it's all because of, yes, he did a lot, but it's like we're living right now, not in the past. I mean, yes, still have it, but he still, it just doesn't, he's no longer there, but it's like. But yeah, so let me know what you guys thought. I know I can make this video fast enough. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm going straight to bed, using the restroom, edit videos. I might do the World Cup qualifier videos. I'm posting more on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, follow my social media accounts. Brazil channel. Which Flamengo, by the way, they failed to beat Atletico Mineiro. They couldn't win the title. And now they're going to have to wait till next week, especially heading to the Libertadores. Bless up, everyone. Subscribe. You know the drill. Salute. Hasta la próxima.